to do is take that first step and move towards it. Don't let anyone or anything lead you to believe that you cannot be better than you were yesterday. Don't let anybody lead you to believe that you are not blessed to be on this earth right now. Don't let anyone lead you to believe that you do not have a purpose in this life, because you do. You do. There's so many things in society that lead us to believe that we don't. Our past leads us to believe that we can't climb up out of that ditch that we may have created for ourselves. A lot of times that's what happens, but you can. You can. This morning, if you follow me, I try and focus in the morning when I wake up on something positive, because what you feed yourself in the first 20 minutes of the day can determine how the rest of your day is. So, because I am very familiar with depression, and I am at a point in my life where I realize that a lot of my depression comes from me, feeding into negativity, and not pushing myself as hard as I know I can. So I try and stray away from anything that's going to pull me down in the first 20 minutes when I wake up. So this morning, meditated, and I wanted to look at myself in the mirror. For a good deal of my life, I again dealt with depression, and there would be days when I would not look at myself in the mirror. I would walk past it. I wouldn't look at it. I would be in the bathroom washing my hands. I would look down in the sink, never looking at myself in the mirror. And I used to cringe when people commented on how I looked. I knew that I wasn't what you would call hard on the eyes, as a friend of mine said his grandfather would often say. But as far as pretty or beautiful or anything like that, I never felt that. I would have to get dressed up and be on my way out somewhere. That's when I would look in the mirror, and I would tell myself, oh, you are pretty, and I wouldn't feel it though. And a lot of that had to do with, how I felt inside, and some of it had to do with the fact that I look so much like my biological father. I have my mom's forehead, but when I look in the mirror, all I would see is this man who I didn't really have a great relationship with. And it's because he hurt me. Like so many people, so many women, there's things that we go through that we shouldn't have to go through. And a lot of times the hurt comes from the people that should be the closest to you, the people who should love you and honor you and cherish you. But because of that, me and my biological father never formed a good relationship, and I was a very, very young child when this happened. I was very, very young. I was under the age of 3. So I was always intimidated by this man. He was never really around me. The relationship we had was through phone calls. I lived in a town called Lackawanna, New York, and my biological father lived in a town over in Buffalo. And when he would call, to say he was coming out to visit, I would hide because I didn't want to see this man, because of what he had done to me. And I know some of you guys are probably contemplating, well, what was it? What was it? I'm not ready to talk about it right now. It's something that I do write about because I have to get it off my chest. But so when I would look at myself in the mirror, all I saw was this man who hurt me. And it caused me to not love myself because my eyes, I'm looking at this man staring back at me. My lips, my cheeks, I look just like this man, I really do. And, but he's not me and I am not him. And no matter what adversity I faced, no matter what was done to me, I was able to survive. And I want you to know that no matter what you are facing right now, no matter what has happened to you in the past, no matter what happened to you yesterday, don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. Don't give up. You are not your past. You are not based on what has happened to you. You are not. I don't care if you were swinging on a stripper pole last night, or you got up and out of somebody's bed and got $10 for it because you wanted to get drunk. It doesn't matter. Today is another chance, okay? I see so much hurt and pain in this world and people just giving up. You cannot give up. Don't give up. I don't care what your mom is, who your mom is. I don't care if your grandmother was a hooker, your mom was a hooker, and now you think that you're supposed to be selling yourself to get by. I don't care. That does not have to be you. Just because your past, just because those things happen in your family, you do not have to be that. You do not have to be that. Your past is your past. We have got to break these generational curses. We have got to break these negative stereotypes. We have got to break this thinking that we can't be better, that we can't dream, that we can't be great. We have got to stop that. I remember when I was a young girl, I read about Mother Teresa and I thought, oh my God, this woman is fantastic. But, I was born in the 70s and unfortunately, African Americans, Black people weren't depicted in positive roles. So I never thought that I could be something great because I didn't see that. I remember the first time I saw Jesus and Jesus was not white. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? What? Really? I remember feeling inferior, like I felt like my grandfather was just a slave and I should be happy being where I was and, happy, in a job that I was getting paid for, because we've all been bamboozled. It doesn't matter what color your skin, some of us worse than others, Some of us worse than others. It is what it is. But just know that you can be great. Don't quit your daydream. Don't quit dreaming. I admire kids. My little nephew, Kendrick, he just dances around, no care in the world. We could be in the middle of Target and this little boy will break out doing his little dance and, just carefree. Carefree. He doesn't care what people think. We put that on kids, We put that on kids and I admire it. That's why, Gen Z, man, you guys have got it going on. Carefree, non-conforming. I used to get a little aggravated with my kids because I didn't understand it. They were just so out there in their thinking. And, we've been, you speak when spoken to, come when caught. But, although I didn't raise my kids like that, I did let them have a voice. I would cringe sometimes because listen, they are not going to conform to anybody. They have a mind and they are going to use it. Do you hear what I say? They are going to use it, and I admire that. I admire that so much, So I just hope that you guys know that you can be great. Just don't give up. Don't give up. No matter what, don't give up. You are not your past. You are not your parents. Don't give up. Do not believe the hype, as we would say when I was back in the 90s. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. You can be great. You just got to take your time. Trust the process. One movement, that's all you got to do. One movement in the right direction and everything else will fall into place. I promise you that. I am a living testimony. I am a living testimony. This time I'm doing it for me. I am. And my wise, my Deasias, and my mama. Believe that. I got this. And like I say every time, if I have to put my story out there to make you believe that yes, you can be great, that yes, you can achieve all